So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create an array list in Java. So in order to use the ArrayList class, you need to first import java.util.ArrayList. So I've done that here. And then you can create the array list using ArrayList and then angle brackets to specify the type of items that are going to be stored in the array list. So in this case, I'm just going to store strings. So I'll say string, array list of string, and I'm going to store car name. So I'll just say cars equal new array list of string. We use an empty constructor here. In this parenthesis, you can specify the size. You can give it an initial capacity like 10, but I'm not going to give it that. Actually, yeah, I just get rid of it. It has a default initial capacity, so I just use that. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to add some cars to this array list. I'll say cars. I say cars.add. So cars.add. I'm going to add 4 cars to the list. It's a list data structure, and so I'm just going to add some items. The first one is going to be Mercedes Benz. So you can store the names of cars in a list because when you are building an application, you might need to store the names of several items or several different types of objects, which will be used in the application. So here I'm just storing basic names in the list, and I'm going to do cars.add. And the next one that I want to add is Honda Civic. And then I also want to add cars.add Ford Escalade. And then finally cars.add BMW. Okay, so I've added 4 cars here, and now I can loop through and print their names. I mean, you can do any number of things as you loop through. So I'm just going to print their names. So I'll say for int I equals 0, I less than cars dot size. That's the number of items in the cars list, I plus plus. So this will loop through the list, and as I loop through, all I want to do is print the names of the items in the list. So system dot out dot print ln. I'll say car number, and I can concatenate the number. So the I goes from 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, because actually it stops at 1 less than cars dot size, which is 4. So it'll go to 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and not including 4. And I want to print the car number. So the first car is number 1, and so I'll do I plus 1 because 0 plus 1 is 1. And then I also need to concatenate the name of the car. So I'll say plus cars dot get. This gets the item from the list at index I, and then that's going to get the name of the car. And then I want to then concatenate a space, a colon, a space for formatting. Actually, the colon and the space should come before cars.get. So let me put it here. Colon space. And then I need a plus to concatenate that to this last string, and then a semicolon at the end. So this should print the names of the cars, car number 1, car number 2, car number 3. So I'm going to right click in the file. Actually, yeah, let me just right click in the file and then hit run. Okay, so it should run either this exercise. That's why you see some names here, but that's not the current list. The current list has the second item as Honda Civic and the third as Ford Escalade. And so if I were to run this, okay, it's running. It's just taking a little while. But once it runs, okay, so we see that car number 1 is Mercedes, car number 2 is Honda Civic, 3 is Ford Escalade, and 4 is BMW. So I was able to loop through the list and print the items in the list instead of manually adding these or hard coding the names of a class, I could have read this from a file. So the list is more useful when you're reading the items from a file or getting input from a user or from a database. But just to keep the demo simple, I just hard coded the names of the cards here instead of reading from a file or a database. So that's how you create an array list and loop through it. In the next video, I'm going to demonstrate other methods of the array list class, such as set for updating and remove for removing. And so, yeah, I'll demonstrate additional methods here. I want to keep this video short, so I'll see you in the next video where I delve deeper into the array list class and its methods and why it's so popular and widely used.